guys, it's Paula from PSN Creations. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. Today's video is a little golden book, 3 Little Pigs junk journal flip through. Now this one is sold. Somebody asked me to make a little golden book, 3 Little Pigs journal. They, I believe, were gifting it to their daughter-in-law as a baby book, a baby boy book. Now, I did have a little bit of like a debate with myself, right? Because I didn't want to truly make it a little baby book, but it could be turned into one. So I will, as I flip through, you'll see what I mean. I didn't have a bunch of little boy, it's a boy, type of things in here, but there's plenty of room to make this a baby book. I just don't know if the recipient is how they're going to use it for their baby book, right? So I didn't want to assume things. So anyways, traditional little golden book. Let me get my ruler just for those that maybe are not aware. So they measure a little 8 by 6. I do keep the original spine. I do have it covered here in some lace, but the original spine is there. So I end up making it a 2 signature book. Pamphlet stitch, 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And yeah, I put book corners on. I went with silver, and I don't cover the back. I leave the back as is. I'm okay with the barcode. I think I'm gonna have to wipe that off. There's something there that's, I think there was some kind of tag thing or something there, and all the stickiness hasn't come off apparently. Okay, so for the closure, I just, I struggled with the closure. Well, first of all, it has a little boy ball pin right there, or a little boy charm on a ball pin. But I did struggle with the color of the closure because a lot of me wanted to do blue, but I loved this. It's just cotton, a strip of cotton green, army green fabric. And I just thought it went well with it instead of just doing all blue, right? So this is not tied on. It's just wrapped around so it can be removed. And as with most of my journals, I don't cover the front or the back of the book covers. I just leave them as they are. I do cover the spine with fabric, and this one I picked, it was like a blue jean type of fabric. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So this is Walt Disney's The 3 Little Pigs. There's different variations of this book because I have another one that is a pink cover. So it actually just turned out well that this one was a blue cover, and she's gifting it for her daughter-in-law having a little boy. So the story, as with all my junk journals, as all my little golden book junk journals, I do try to keep the story in order. So this one was kept in order, so you can still read the story. And this book itself looks like the last copyright was 1948. So we have a mixture of paper. This is just some tissue or vellum paper. This is cardstock, double-sided cardstock. I just thought this was nice. She can add a little picture here. She can write some things right here. This is black bean dyed copy paper, and I added a little bit of a vintage fabric ruffle here. I did not sew this fabric ruffle. It is just glued on. So you can, I know everybody knows that you can do that. You don't have to always sew the ruffles. You can always just glue them on and make the ruffle look. This is a half of a vintage ledger that was not written on. So, the ledger's long. I just cut it in half, and the other side will be somewhere in, I think, the other signature. The story continues, or actually the story starts, because the first is the introduction page, or the title page, I guess. And then the story starts here. We have a vintage music sheet, and this is actually Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf from the Three Little Pigs. It's actually from a Disney's music book that I picked up a few years back at some thrift store. And then the first page, the other side of the music sheet is one of my junk mail pockets. junk mail envelope pockets. Wow, I don't know why I have such a hard time every single time. But this one says Huff and Puff, and a little bit of washi tape, a little bit of stamping, and we have the Big Bad Wolf. He's contemplating what he's going to do. He's exploring in the woods. Little paper doily. This is a food container that was upcycled, covered in a book page, and then the white part of a napkin, and then sewn all the way around, and then everything else was added. This is ledger paper that is not vintage, with a little whale tail punch tab. Coffee dyed paper, reproduction invoice here, nice blue color, can be written on right here. The story continues. We have the second little pig was building himself a house too. He did not like to work any better than his brother, so he had decided to build a quick and easy house of sticks. So here he is with his house of sticks, as happy as can be. Black bean dyed paper. So this is a 1960s dictionary page. I just added a little scrap paper here, made a pocket, and in the pocket is just some vintage ephemera. So this is just a vintage ephemera from I think it was like a traveler's logbook. He was like a traveling salesman, and he logged from April 1st, 1967. We have a large playing card and a vintage flashcard. And then here at the bottom, I added another little scrap paper to make another little pocket. And these are just two little tags that can have little memories added to them. And the little sentiment says, enjoy every moment. So maybe on here she can write the date of the first smile, or she can write the height and the weight and the time that her little boy was born. Things like that. So the center of this first signature is this 1960s dictionary page, and I decided to use en decoupage this beautiful blue napkin that had a floral design right here. I just thought it was a great centerpiece. And excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Thank you if anybody said bless you. Great centerpiece. And yeah, so again, I did, when I sewed in my signatures, I did do the sewed from the outside in, so there's no hanging or not on the inside. It's all on the outside on the spine that was covered with the lace. Black bean dyed paper. This page here is, and I did sew around this whole page. And again, here they can add pictures and any other things that they want to do on that page. The story continues. And as he danced, he sang, I built my house of sticks. I built my house of twigs. With a he diddle diddle, I play on my fiddle and dance all kinds of jigs. And now the third little pig, he was the worker, right? Because he's building his house out of bricks. So because he was building his house out of bricks, I thought that this page here, which is just red dyed paper that I picked up from someone on Etsy at some point in time, that's why I added this, because this is the last. And it's not the last page of. I thought it was the last page of the signature. So here it says, "Find your happiness." I don't know if you can see that. And then this is actually a little pocket, and I added this little Tim Holtz little young boy. I thought he went well and looked very dapper right there. Now, there's some vintage lace here as well on the edge, and then there's a little footprint. Oh, sorry. It's a little footprint charm. There you go. And surprise, this is actually a pocket as well, where I have another vintage ledger page that you can do additional writing and maybe take some notes or add some memories. You can obviously add so much more in here as well. So, okay, so here's the other side of the reproduction. Jeez, I hope I'm still in frame. The reproduction invoice, coffee dyed paper, the other side of the non-national brand vintage ledger. I'm sorry, ledger page. It's not vintage. Here we have the other side of the music sheet. And then some blue lace, baby blue lace. That is not vintage lace. The big bad wolf is on his way. And they're just laughing. They're laughing at their brother that's dedicating so much time to building his house. Now, this is just another page as well. It's actually a pocket. And in this pocket, we have a journaling card. I thought this was a beautiful blue design. Like, oh, that has a name. I can't remember. Oh, I want to say Rick Rack, but it's not Rick Rack. I can't remember what the name is, but it is made using file folder. I wanted something a little bit thinner than recycled food container because I didn't want to weigh down the page here with the pocket. The other side, the vintage ledger page, black bean dyed paper, the cup scrapbook paper, and here's the other side of the vellum tissue paper. And he's yelling at his brothers because they just don't understand. Now, this is an old-fashioned make yourself ice cream page, and it does flip out like this. Let me move this over here so you can see. And then it flips back over like this. So you can have the entire recipe there if you want to make some ice cream. And on this side, it's caramel corn creator. So you can make some caramel or caramel, however you say it, corn. And then we go into the second signature. Second signature, the big bad wolf. He's looking, he's scoping out what is he going to do. And there's plenty of room. You can see here, here's the spine. There's plenty of room to grow this book. Black bean dyed paper. Here's one of my junk mailer top loader pockets versus the side loader pockets. And I have a little floral vintage applique here. Some beautiful washi tape right here. And oh my God, I just pulled this out this morning, actually. What happened? Hold on. Oh, sorry. It was just me. And we have the three little pigs here just playing their musical instruments. I have some music notes stamped right here. This is, again, recycled cardboard. Let me just show you. Okay. Refocus. And this is 1960s vintage dictionary page. Sorry. And then we have another charm right here, and this is a heart because every mother gives their heart to their children. I'm not saying fathers don't either, but this is for a mother, so that's why I said that. Vintage lace here. Maybe every mother doesn't, so let me take that back. Parents usually give their heart to their children. How about that? Okay, non-vintage ledger page. The story continues. Here's another side-loaded junk mailer pocket. Now this one has the little pig right there. One of the three little pigs right there. And I added some blue lace right here on this side. A little bit of washi tape right here. And then this one just says Dream Memories. It has a beautiful butterfly. It has some vintage lace. It's been dyed, and then a floral stamp right here. So let me show you here. And again, a food container. So it's a good size. It's a good size journaling card to add some notes and memories to. And that's on another music sheet, vintage music sheet. And this one is still the wolf for the big bad wolf, very big, very bad wolf. All right. Let me make sure it gets refocused. Maybe. Okay. Here's another sheet of that vellum vintage tissue or vellum tissue. This is just a coffee dyed paper, and this is just one of those big, large butterflies. I thought I would fold it over. You can write something on this, but I thought I would fold it over and then just paper clip it, because our children grow into beautiful butterflies. They come out as caterpillars, but they grow into beautiful butterflies. And then just a little paper clip. Here's a story continuing. Here's another scrapbook page. This is lighter weight and it's not double-sided, but I thought I liked the little bows with the blue background. Again, she can add a picture here and then just take some notes here about maybe something memorable that happened. Black bean dyed paper. So the center here of this one, I used a vintage handkerchief that had beautiful floral embroidered designs to it. And all I did was I sewed the sides, folded it in half, sewed the sides, and then I sewed it in as little pockets. So in those little pockets, I just added some basic ephemera, just because I didn't want it weigh it down too much, because this is a vintage handkerchief. And then this one has album. So again, it's just like a Tim Holtz vintage ephemera. I'm sorry, this is Tim Holtz ephemera, a reproduction ephemera. I apologize, it's not vintage. And then again, it's there's another beautiful embroidered little flower on the handkerchief, and the handkerchief had scalloped edges, so that's the top where I sewed. So, or where I where the openings are, and then the sides are sewed. And this handkerchief did have some holes in it, so like you'll see right here, there's a little bit of a hole, but that won't cause any issues because I did sew it through. All right, we're going to continue on. There's another view of that, the other side of the scrapbook paper, lightweight scrapbook paper. 3 little pigs. So here's a big bad wolf, and he's covered or hiding as a sheep. So I thought, when I did this, I thought, well, you have the wood, you have the brick, and you have the straw. So I thought this burlap here. So this was burlap, like cardstock, and I thought this was like great. I was like, oh my god, this is perfect to be or mimic like the straw house. So that's what I did. So I created a pocket using this burlap here, and on the bottom right here, I added make every little moment count. And again, she can add a picture right here. It is sewed all the way around, and it is a pocket. As I mentioned, it's a top loading pocket. So just in it is this beautiful cardstock. It's one-sided, but I figured you can write things down. And so instead of cutting it, what I did was I just put it in here. When you're on camera, nothing wants to work as smoothly as it does when you're not on camera. And then this side just folds down, so it just gives it a little bit of design on this side of the burlap pocket. So again, it is sewn all the way around except for the top where it's the pocket part, but I thought that was a good idea. Coffee dyed paper. Here's the other side of that tissue vellum. And again, this is just to add additional texture, right, to the book. This is the other side of the music sheet, and a little bit I added the blue find your words, Paula, lace there. But I did sew this one on. I don't know what made me sew this one on, but anyways. And then the final charm that's part of the book is a little bicycle, because what little doesn't eventually like to ride a bicycle? Hopefully you saw that. And the book continues, and he's at the straw house, which is probably not good for the little straw house. And then the straw house is gone, unfortunately. Phew, I hope I was still in frame. But he's here playing his musical instrument. And then again, I thought, okay, well, you have the house that's made out of wood or sticks, right? You have a straw and sticks and bricks. So I thought, let me use this wood panel looking cardstock, and that's what I did. And it's a side loading pocket, and it just has a little card in it. I thought this was a wood background with the little flowers on it. I thought it was nice. Rounded the corners at the bottom. And again, it's just another little journaling spot. And he's, you know, fussy cut. Here's the other side of the non-vintage ledger, and again, the whale tail punch. This is the other side of the 1960s dictionary page, and I added this beautiful blue vintage trim. It's like a floral blue vintage trim. And then this is just cardstock that's folded over. Let me show you. Here's the other side of it. It's just folded over the top of the page. I paper clipped it. And there's just a little sentiment ephemera piece where it says always be kind, that she can use however, wherever she wants to use it. Black bean dyed paper. And then we are rounding the end of the book. So here he is trying to get into the brick house, and he can't because it's so sturdy. So this is the final page. And again, it is just a page of dyed paper that I bought from someone years ago, with a little sentiment that says laugh often. I don't know if you call those sentiments when it says that, or is it only sentiment when it's like touching and sad? Tell me in the comments what your thoughts are. And that's the end. That's the end of our journal. And this actually does have a top loader as well. So you can, I may add another page, ledger page in here that she can, again, do some extra writing on as well. So that's the journal, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. And I appreciate you guys looking at this one. Like I said, this one is sold. I do have another Three Little Pigs one. It is the pink cover that I will be working on as well at some point. So if you are interested in any, don't hesitate to either stop by my website and leave me, message me or chat with me on my website. Or just leave me a message here and I can respond back to you. But my website is www.psencreations.com. And let me know what you guys think of the green tie too. The green cotton fabric as the tie. Do you think it's good? Do you think it doesn't fit? I think it actually goes really well, but I would like to hear your opinion. Oh my gosh. It's like if I'm trying to get it into Fort Knox here. Okay, I got it. We're good. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys on my next video. Bye.